Oh, g'day scrappers. I thought today I might start doing a little series of videos again on picking up e-waste from commercial. Not that I pick up a lot of e-waste from commercial businesses these days, not as much as I used to, but I still service my old clients and I still get the odd small client every so often, and which, you know, like today I just picked up from a new client. But yeah, so I've done a few videos on hard rubbish, and that's more of a hobby for me and just something to do. But you know, commercial e-waste is you know, where I get most of my gold recovery stuff and all that. So and yeah, as most of you know, I used to advertise a lot for picking up e-waste, but now, yeah, over the years I've just built up enough clientele to not have to advertise anymore, and just maintain a lower level, because like this stack of PCs here was just from a school a couple of weeks ago, so still haven't got around to them. You know, whereas I would process these PCs as soon as I brought them in back in the you know, last year, say. So yeah, I'm slowing down a little bit because I'm just trying, you know, it's just you know, after a few years, you know, you get wear and tear and all that, and you know, I'm just at the stage now where I don't really, you know, have the energy to continue on at such a high level. So I've mentioned before that I want to sort of go back to more of a hobby level, and so it doesn't stop me from still, you know, taking calls and people calling me to pick up e-waste from an office. Because this is the type of e-waste that I really want. The hard rubbish that you saw from the video last week, you know, that hard rubbish season goes for 2 to 3 months over winter, and it crosses right over through Melbourne in most parts, and then it's over. But so that's more for you know, street scrappers and stuff. That's all well and good, but you know, if you want to go to that next level and start advertising for e-waste, you'll find that you'll pick up a lot better stuff. You know, more gold recovery stuff, more stuff you can sell, things like that, rather than domestic e-waste, which is mostly, you know, white goods, microwaves, vacuum cleaners. And you know, if you pick up a PC or two in a day, you know, you feel lucky. Whereas so anyway, so what I'm going to do is just show you, I'm going to do a little series of videos, and each time I go out and pick up something, I'll give you a little look, and if I do smaller pickups, I'll just do a little compilation of 2 or 3 little pickups. Like tomorrow, I've got 2 small pickups, one at a office, one at a home. So they're only going to be small pickups, but so I'll just bunch them into just to one video. It'll just give you a little idea again of what I get, and we'll get to go through stuff, and you know, hopefully find some goodies in there, some interesting stuff to look at. You know, just for something to do anyway. So I'm going to try and make these videos quite short, and yeah, as I said, in a series, so there'll be quite a few of these videos each time I do a bunch of e-waste commercial pickups. I'll put them on video. But yeah, I'm not picking up e-waste like I used to, so you know, it's a lot slower for me, but it's right at where I want to be. You know, there's constantly got stuff lying around. You know, this is just stuff that's been processed, DVDs. I just finished cutting some cords from stuff. So yeah, it's a constant thing, and I still haven't scrapped out the 2 TVs that I picked up in hard rubbish. I wanted to do some of these all-in-one PCs. I want to do a video on that soon. I just haven't got around to it. Here's an outside table, and it's just you know, it's loaded, but well, not really loaded actually. If you look at the rest of the yard, it's quite clean. Like all these bins, everything's tidy. There's not a lot of e-waste. Last year there was PC towers up to that roof. There was stuff everywhere. There was probably I would maintain probably 7 or 8 tons at any time of e-waste in my backyard, and that was just overwhelming. I'd wake up first thing in the morning and I'd scrap till dinner time, and then after dinner I'd go out and I'd scrap again just to get the volumes down so I could fit more stuff in. So yeah, I'm just not at that level anymore. I just starting to feel the back is starting to get sore, and hands and all that. So I'm pretty comfortable. I'm not really I'm not the type really that really is focused on making money, as surprising as it may sound. No, I'm not actually overly money has really never been a thing with me. Maybe in my younger days, everyone wants to be a millionaire and all that, but these days I don't really, I'm not particularly fussed on money. I know I'm never going to be rich, so I just plod along and do my eWaste. So this is all fun for me. If I wasn't doing this, if I wasn't interested in gizmos and gadgets that I pick up, I wouldn't be doing this, because it's still, this wire here, $2 a kilo, it's still work. You bring it in, you got to cut all the cords, all the plugs off and all that sort of stuff, and clean it up to get you $2 a kilo. So here we've probably got, I don't know, 8 kilos, so about $16 worth there. Probably spent half an hour cutting it. So it's on a hobby level, it's not going to make you millions or a lot of money, but it's really fun. And where you will benefit is when you go to sell stuff like the Xbox power supplies, all that sort of stuff. You get good bits and pieces. So today I got I've got an empty bin, and the reason why I take the bin is a lot of today's pickup, all the stuff is in these document boxes, so it's nice and neat and it's all organized. So I just all I had to do was just throw the boxes onto the trolley and take them out. But in a lot of cases you might get plastic boxes. All this stuff, cables and that, will be in plastic boxes, and they want the plastic boxes back. So instead of coming into the van and just tipping out all the boxes onto the floor to give them their plastic boxes back, I bring a bin with me, and if that's the case, I'll just tip everything into the bin and then put the bin in the van, and that way I just don't have a whole lot of mess where I'm dealing with. And so normally what I'll do is, when I get there and I see what they've got, might start off with PCs, so I'll take my trolley, and I always bring my trolley at the start, and I'll pick up all the PCs, and then I'll come back, and then instead of bringing the trolley, I'll bring a bin, and then I'll just tip all the cables and all that sort of stuff into the bin and wheel the bin out into my van and take it away. And because the bins are 240 litres, it holds a whole lot of stuff. Like, I could put all these cables and stuff in these boxes. There's probably 6 or 7 boxes. I could put all that into just one bin and wheel away. So it's really handy if you can score yourself second-hand bins from a recycling centre. Plastic recycling centres have, they obviously recycle bins, so I go to those sort of centres and I ask them if I can take a few bins, and normally they'll be like missing a lid or missing a leg, the wheels, so I'll just make up a bin out of bits and pieces from the recycler. In this case, this bin was totally complete, but I didn't have to use that bin today, but I could still. So even now, like, I'm just wheeling stuff away. I could take all these boxes and just wheel them straight into the back and process them, or I could just tip everything out into the bin and deal with that later. So here's pickup for today anyway. It's just one commercial. So not a great big pickup. It was in the city. It was really easy access. So sometimes it can be real hard to park and find your way into buildings. Like, this was in a building that was on level 10. but it was really easy, this one, so it was good. So I was in and out of there. I done 2 trips, and the guy that organised it, he actually got his own trolley, and he came and done 2 trips with me. So sometimes people will help you out, but don't expect that. So especially if you're picking up, e-waste for free, this would have taken me 4 trips. So I only had to do 2 trips to get this into the van. So what we got here is basically, I think the company was like a printing company or something like that, and it's just an office. It looks like we've got a whole bunch of little PCs, the Dell PCs, which are very common from schools. I get a lot of them, a couple other PCs, and just we'll have a look at what's in these boxes. There's also a UPS, which is very common, a couple of monitors. I saw a laptop in there somewhere, but this is it. And so it's a completely different thing than hard rubbish collection. Obviously, as you can see, it's very clean. It's very straightforward stuff. Beautiful, everything in boxes and all that. But so this is, if you're into scrapping and you're doing scrapping on the streets and you're picking up hard rubbish, or picking up, during rubbish days, you're picking up what's on the street. That's all great. But if you want to go to the next level of e-waste, even just a little bit to the next level, some people might get confused. They think, when you go into e-waste recycling business, you've got to all of a sudden have this huge operation. If you just advertise to small businesses in your local area and you start picking up jobs, and like this job that I've got today, he already mentioned that they've got another 2 offices, and one office definitely has e-waste to get rid of, and the other one might have as well. So, even just from one little job, you'll get more jobs. So in this case, I got 3 customers from one job. And then that's a regular thing. So I've serviced them today. I've done a good job. They're happy. In 6 months' time, maybe in a year, they'll call me back and say, hey, we've got some more, come and pick it up. And then so the idea is to, over say your first year, is to build up clientele. Just get, pick up e-waste from whoever, and advertise wherever you can, and slowly pick up your clientele. And by the second year, you still do the same, but then you'll get some of the old guys calling you back during the second year, and that's how your business grows. Your third year is when you really started to notice, and that's where I started to notice that by the third year, I already had 2 years of repeat customers calling me back, and then I was getting more during the third year, and now in the fourth year, I don't need to advertise anymore, because those people, even from the first year, are still calling me back, from the second year are calling me back, from the third year are calling me back, and like today, I still get the odd new customer. And so there's no need for me to go out and spend money on advertising or anything like that. I'm just happy to go at this level. But for people that are thinking about small business, well, small business, if it's called a business, you really need to be making pretty good money, at least enough for one good income, if not 2. But I just don't want to do to work that hard anymore. So I love e-waste. I'd love to have mountains of e-waste, but I just don't have the energy or the will to process tons and tons of e-waste every week. So I'm just happy at this. This is one pickup. It took me about half an hour to do 2 trips, find car park and all that. So half an hour. I've got my little stuff. I come back, and this is my small area. There's a couple $100 worth of stuff here, maybe. Unless there's something that we can sell, and that's it. So yeah, but as far as my YouTube videos go and picking up e-waste as a small business, well, that's only limited to certain people. Only a few people around the world that want to do that. But just out of interest's sake, I'll show you just as a small time recycler what I'm picking up. This it's not even a quarter of a van. Sometimes I'll come back and the van's full to the roof. It just depends. The next pickup I've got in a couple of days, unless I get another pickup in before that, I know that the next pickup is just going to be circuit boards and some stuff like that. It's not going to be very big at all. But, still, I take it. All right, so I'll just take out this stuff. We'll go through a little bit, see what I get, what they've put in these boxes, because I haven't looked in there at all. And yeah, and that'll give you a bit of an idea, and I'll just do a few more pickups through the week, or it might even be over a couple of weeks, and compile them into one video just to show you what I'm still picking up as an e-waste recycler, and what's out there, like, really easy stuff, because I'm not going for big businesses, big corporations and all that. If you start getting jobs from IBM and Microsoft and big companies, then then you need trucks. So even just picking up from small businesses, offices, schools, anything like that, I think you can still do pretty good, e-waste wise. In a week, geez, I used to pull in, like 2 years ago, I was pulling in probably at least probably 8 tons of e-waste a week. So that's a lot of e-waste to manually handle, and because it's only me, that's the reason why I started to slow down, because just wear and tear, the back starts to go. And now if I do a really big job, the next day I can't move because my back is pretty stuffed. It's not that bad, but it's it's sore enough to keep me awake at night at times. So yeah, I just want to slow down a little bit now and just enjoy my stuff. So I'm not looking at this as, we've got to process this, and get that money and try and make enough money for the week to survive. I'm doing this now to, what a bonus. Everything is a bonus, and I'm just enjoying it. If I wasn't doing this, I'd be just sitting around looking at the 4 walls and watching TV. I hate watching TV. I don't watch TV anymore. In fact, most of my television watching is all on YouTube. I watch people's channels and stuff like that. I prefer YouTube than regular television now. And this is just a little fun hobby, and it's great. And like you all know, there is still money in this. What do we got here? 1 box. So this is okay, just data cable. But, see, this is very common. So we've got data cable in a packet, part number, the whole lot. So there's no there's no secret to what it is, and the fact that it's brand new in box. We can sell that, so there we go. So straight away we've got 2 pieces, okay, and cords like this always sell, and so we might get, after eBay fees and so on, we might get $3 for this packet. So it's not much. It's not gonna, most small businesses wouldn't waste their time, but as a hobby, it's great. So I've got 2 more of these in stock now. Your generic power cords, well, they're one of them, they're so common, so I don't really worry about them. So yeah, whole heap of power cords. What's this? This looks like a power supply unit, and it's brand new, right? So in this case, we again, we get the part number and all that, and we're going to sell this power supply unit or give it to someone that might need it. So already there's about $6 for these 2. Say we get $10 for this power supply unit, whatever it is. So there's $16, and I haven't even gone through the box yet. So, and there's more boxes, and then there's PCs. So it just gives you an idea. But what I like is the interesting things, is stuff that you don't unless you're in business or in technology, you don't see a lot of this stuff on the domestic market. So it's just interesting. Like this is a hard drive, external hard drive. So there you go, 1 external hard drive. It's got to be worth $5, don't you think? Depends on the size. I think it's 80 gigabytes. 80 gigabytes. You might get, external hard drive, 80 gig. Don't know if we've got the power cord yet, but this is why it's important that when you're getting stuff like this and you're getting your cords, don't start processing your cords. Don't cut all your plugs and all that off, because we want the power supply for this hard drive, and there's going to be other things in here that we want the power supply, so it's really important. So here's a power supply here, and it's D-Link. So anything D-Link is usually from a modem, so these ones I don't worry about, but most power supply units, I'll keep them. Okay, so all right, so we got, what do we got? $6, $10, at least $5. What's this? Toshiba floppy drive, external floppy drive. I actually get quite a few of these, and lately I've been getting a lot of IBM ones. Now, obviously, who needs a floppy drive? But still, it's got to be worth $5. It's got to be worth $5. All right. You know, here we go. Male female adapter, HDMI to VGA. Right, beautiful, brand new in packet. That's got to be worth a couple bucks. More of these data cables, blue ones this time. Okay, couple bucks. Another couple bucks. It's empty. So you get the drift. You know, he's a bigger one, Cat 6. Right, it's 3 meters. Right, so you might get $5 for that. You know, so already here, out of one box, you know, we've already got what, $20, $25 worth of stuff. There's more of these packets. Okay, if these video cables have got part numbers like this one, okay, it just makes it a lot easier to be able to sell it. So again, video cable, you know, I mean, I'm not going to run off and throw this on eBay to try and get $3 or $4 for it. Okay, what I do with them is I build them up till I got like 10 or 20 of them, then I start selling them. So I'll sell them as singles, and at least then I've got stock. So when I'm making up an eBay listing, I'm not making up you know, a listing for just one item all the time. It would just take forever. So I'll wait till I got about 10 of them or so, then I can list it up, and I've got 10 items, and so then, you know, it's like a store. People just keep buying, and yeah. So okay, so the rest is mostly data cable, and you know, a few more of these video cables. Yep, it's got a part number, so that's all we need. So when we got the part number, we can list it as that part number. Perfect. All right. Wow, that took a while just to go through one box, but you know, it was just a random box, the first box that I pulled out, and like I said, we got probably $25 worth of value, maybe, or $30 plus the value of all the cables and stuff that we can sell as scrap. Crappy monitors, I don't worry. I don't even try and test them out, because you know, most businesses like this one, it's even got test and tagging till next year. Okay, but most businesses don't get rid of you know, monitors unless they're upgrading completely, but usually they get rid of them when they're broken. So there's no point in even trying to test it out. Yeah, no one wants these little size monitors anymore. Okay, so this one's a touch LCD monitor. Okay, it doesn't have there's no brand on it. It might have come off, but it's a touchscreen monitor. So because it is a touchscreen monitor, I can't see the power supply unit, but it might be one of those boxes. I'll just keep it. It might be just something, a bit of fun to play around with if it did work, but I doubt it. Here's another one. It's a touch screen again. This one looks like it's even in better condition, but I think they're just, yeah, it just says LCD monitor, no brand, so it's obviously just a cheap kind of version, you know. So yeah, LCD 15-inch generic. So okay, oh well, it's called New Touch. So we'll check it out. I'll put this back in a box and see if it works. Might be able to do something with that. All right, I'll get the rest of the boxes and get the PCs out and give you a closer look. Second box, I just realized that I'm holding the camera in my hand, so it doesn't, you know, it's not going to be very steady. So it's probably going to be quite a shaky video. So, oh well. This box, mostly, well, that's a Lenovo. It's nice clean keyboard, this one. so I'll keep that one. More cables, DVD players, keyboards. Okay, so it's just pretty much very similar stuff. Whole heap of don't know why there's so many DVD players, but more cable, keyboards. See if there's anything. Wow, what's that? Oh, okay, it's looks like it's another hard drive, external hard drive. Oh, okay, this one's a good one. One Touch 4 Plus, 750 gigabytes. So that's pretty cool. Okay. So that's box 2. Okay. I'll just put this aside for now. Box 3. Okay. Huh. Got his mouse pad. Okay. More power cables, bigger ones. Interesting data cable. There's one brand new. So again, we can see if we can sell that, or just keep it, build them up. So yeah, whole lot of so you get this at times, you know, when you get picking up e-waste, people just they think, you know, you're recycling, so you recycle bloody everything. And so you get a lot of these manuals and all this. So this is what it mostly is. I'll just remove the CDs for recycling, and then just throw the paper into recycling. But it looks like, yeah, it's just cables. So box 3, mostly rubbish. But that's what you got to, you know, expect, because, you know, especially when they're in boxes. Don't even know what's in that. It's just more, yeah, it's just more documents. So just rubbish, this one. All we got is some cables in there. Okay, box 4. Mostly keyboards. What's that? So right, UV cut, some sort of cutter or something. We'll have to check that out, look it up and see what it does. It's a nice good cable. We've got part number, so we can easily sell this cable. Looks to be brand new. More software, unfortunately. Nice keyboard, actually. It's an old school. It's not a clicky, but it's a full one. See, it's got the buttons on this side as well. So it's a Unix keyboard, and it's from Sun Microsystems. So this one is a good one to, I mean, you could sell it, but if you like vintage, you know, computer stuff, this is a good one to put with vintage stuff, because it's that color. You might, you know, it just really nice. I like that sort of stuff. Anything that looks vintage, I like to keep. And so, yep, nothing interesting in there really. Keyboards. I'll get rid of it. Next one. What's in here? Phones. Okay. Sometimes phones can be good. Toshiba. There's, you know, a bit of junk here, but you know, it's got an average circuit board in there. Sometimes they can be good circuit boards, sometimes really poor. Looks a bit rough, so you know, you can sell these, but these are in poor condition, and you know, and we don't know, you know, if buttons are going to work, because a lot of times when you get stuff like this, sometimes I pick up not only phones second hand, but also brand new in boxes. And you know, anything brand new in box, I'll sell them on eBay. Really easy to sell. But second hand phones start to get a little bit hard, because you know, the buttons get dirty and everything gets grotty. Not many people, you know, especially officers, don't like to buy them, but brand new, they buy them, no problem. So yep, just phones and some data cable down the bottom. That's it on that one. Right, so these bloody boxes don't really have anything. They're Intel Nuke. It's a boot manager. So they've taken them out, and they've just got the accessories and stuff inside. It's like a plate and some plugs. Nothing there. More keyboards. Another empty box. So you do get empty boxes and junk that, you know, really shouldn't come. So it's they've just thrown all them. You know, really, I wouldn't want to pick that up. But I've got some hard drives. Oh, those 120 gig. Oh, that's okay. It's one of those solid state drives. You get a they're good backup things, so might check if that works. Little modems. Yeah, just little modems and keyboards. What's that? Oh, looks like a technician's toolbox. Could be. Aha. Technician would have used all these. There's drill bits. Some might be handy. Most of the some of them are gone, but still, hex shanks. Yeah, put that in the workshop. So a little bonus, you do get a lot of these little tools from offices, because the technicians, they use them, they just throw them in. So yeah, but not a lot. We'll get rid of that. I'm going to have to take out the accessories out of these boxes and then just throw it all away. All right. So now, what do we got? We got 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 PCs. So there's 12 PCs in there, and that thing down there is a UPS. So it's going to have, you know, lead acid batteries and some good wire. So there we go. So the one pickup, it was the boxes, 4 white ones, so 6 boxes all up, and 12 PCs. So that's not bad from one pickup. A few monitors, a few things that we can sell, cables that we can sell. Okay, so I got the last of the PCs in, those 12 PCs. So yeah, as I said, the most of them are the Dell, very common Dells that you see, schools, offices, everywhere. Generic one, nothing special. But this one here, Fuji Xerox. It's a really nice badge. I haven't seen one like this before. Really nice tower. It's got a quad-core 2 in it. So, you know, it's a little bit older. But, you know, it's actually not a bad looking PC. And around the back, you can see it. We've got 3 slot cards here. We've got video card. This is the PCIe. I don't know what it is. I'm not really good at that sort of stuff. But it's got this Sun microsystem module here at the back. It's got little lights. It's like a networking thing. I'm not really sure what it is, but You don't see them very often in PCs. I mean, this might be set up as a server. Just have to have a look inside. Maybe not. Might have been for some special use. Who knows? But I really like the design of this badge and the front. So I might actually put this one aside, and you know, for a little while at least, I'll keep it with my collectible PCs until I decide whether I really want it or not. But I just don't want to scrap that at the moment. And these two little Dell small form factor, the Optiplex 960, these look quite nice. They got the V Pro Core 2, so it's different to Quad Core 2. This is V Pro 2 Core whatever. Again, you know, scrappers, don't worry about not knowing everything about technology. We don't have to know. You know, we go by part numbers. If they sell, they sell. If they don't sell, we just scrap them out and go for the gold. And just one crappy Acer laptop to finish it off. But 12 PCs, one really nice one, two here that might be worth just checking out, because these two are probably going to be easy sells because they're small form factors. I know a few people that like small form factors, so should be able to sell them easily. Keep that, scrap the rest. Alright guys, well, I hope that was a little bit of fun for you. As I said, I'll do a few more videos like this of just random e-waste picking up as I go. In between that, I've got other kind of scrapping videos that I want to put up and all that. But yeah, in the meantime, I'll do this series as well as a few others that I've got lined up. All right, well, keep scrapping, have fun, and I'll catch you next time soon.